Good morning. It's Lisa Copeland and 15 Minutes of Fierce. And today is Thursday, December 20th. And I'm super excited today to bring to you what I'm going to talk about. So I'm going to take you back a minute on this. And I want to say good morning to people real quick. Kelly and Nigel and Craig and Natalie and Tiffany and Sean and Robert and Leslie. Good morning. How are you? Okay, so I want to take you back to why I originally started this show. And why I originally started this show is on my birthday, so that was October 10th. I'll always remember the day. And I said, I want to take you guys along the journey with me. And so I thought, why? I'm just doing the work anyways. Why not share it? 15 minutes of me is plenty in a day. I know that. And if everybody who watches it can pick up a tip or something to help make their business better. I don't claim to be the world's greatest life coach, but I'm a hell of a business strategist. I'm very, very good at that. I get paid a lot of money to come in and solve problems. So as I work through these problems, mine, I guess all businesses have problems, right? Solutions, ideas, that I would share it. I don't know why my eyes water so much every morning. That I would share it with all of you, and let's just see if it takes off. So I want to talk today about having massive influence. And I want to tell you some of the strategies I'm doing in my business. And I'm going to challenge you to do them in your business. So here's a prime example. I'm going to give you two of them. So I get an email yesterday. So we're on this health share program, James and I. And, because, we're healthy. We never go to the doctor, knock on wood. Thank you, Jesus. And our health, and of course, our kids are grown. They're on big corporate health plans. So it's just he and I. And our health insurance was like $1,200 a month. And this was nuts. So we go on this journey, and I talked to a good friend of mine, and she's like, oh my God, we're on this health share program. Well, I've always been weird about it. I don't know why. We've never used it. We've never had a problem, whatever. And Renee Bangelsdorf, which you guys know that, she's my Louise. People are like, is she Thelma or is she Louise? Well, we haven't decided yet. Although she's turning out to be the bad girl more than me, which is completely shocking. That's another story. Anyways, and so she was doing the same thing. So she introduces me to a gal, and we're going to talk about switching our insurance over. And she opens up the letter to me this morning. I read it. It's, Lisa, oh my gosh, I watch your show every day, 15 Minutes of Fierce. And now I might be your insurance agent, which is just so random because I don't know how Renee met her or whatever. But so there's that. Okay. So there's this building this network, this massive network. How do you build massive influence? And so I'm going to go to a piece of advice that Brian Benstock gave me. So Brian, if you're watching, go ahead and take credit, whatever. He's one of my very dearest friends and somebody that I listen to very much. Oh, hey, Shannon, how are you? Janelle and Zelinda and Melissa Munch, good morning. And I'm just talking about why I did this show in the first place and why I'm doing what I'm doing was just to help you guys. I'm going to do the work regardless, and I'm getting such great feedback. So Brian Benstock told me about 6 months ago, because I was consulting in a lot of different areas, and he said, why are you not just 100% hyper-focused in the automotive industry? He said, it's $1 trillion industry. You're known. You're an expert. And do it. And I'm telling you, the minute I heard those words, I found the best products to go out and rep for my clients versus me just selling time for money, right? I'm a strategist. I'm a consultant. You want to hire me? I'm not cheap. I won't lie, but I will fix your problems. I'll solve your problems. And if I can't solve it, I won't take the job. But that's very time intensive. I'm on and off of airplanes. I'm having to do a lot of thinking, a lot of strategy, a lot of research. So why not bring products into the market? And I'm just giving you guys some tips here that can solve problems and create a residual income. And you have to specialize in one industry to be able to do that. And it doesn't matter what I sell. That's not the purpose of this today. The purpose of this is to tell you, number one, to create massive influence, aka massive success, you've got to be hyper-focused on the one thing. There's too many of us, and I wear the crown for that, who want to be everything to everybody. I can do this, I can do that, I can do this, call me, pick me. Don't do it. When my good friend, oh, hey, Brian Benstock, you just sent a messenger out there. Hope you're watching this. But if you pick the one thing, you pick the one industry and you stick to it, and then you create or you partner with people on products, and you become a massive authority in your industry and stop trying to be everything to everybody. And guys, I was guilty of it. I said, if I can fix car dealerships, I can fix companies, and I can, but that isn't the highest and best use of me. The highest and best use is for me to create that authority brand, to be the unequivocal authority when it comes to retailing automobiles. Whether you're a manufacturer, you hire me, or you're a car dealer, you hire me. Again, why am I telling you this? Because so many of us run in so many different directions. Shiny ball syndrome, I call it. Bing, 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 bing. I mean, literally today, my guys in New York are flying in, and I'm meeting them at the airport. And we have a 5-hour meeting today at the airport for strategy for 2019. And then they're jumping on the plane and heading back to New York. But I'm all things automotive, whether it's doing an automotive television show, which we're doing, whether it's representing these manufacturers I'm representing, whether it's whatever, but it's all in the automotive space. And so Brian Benstock, if you're out there and you're watching, good morning, Chris Walsh and Crystal and Mr. Benstock. Yep, there you go. And, so when he said that to me that day, and he's like, why are you trying to get out of the auto industry? I'm like, I'm not. I'm just trying to expand my horizons. Everybody should work with Lisa. Wrong reindeer. Lisa was very tired, and Lisa spent a lot of time trying to catch up and learn other industries when I'm sitting on top of a $1 trillion industry. So, are you sitting on top of a $1 trillion industry and you're out trying to be everything to everybody else? Creating massive influence. So then I made the decision, okay, so I'm going to jump back in full force to the auto industry. There's going to be nobody that knows more about my industry than me. From a consumer standpoint, my job is to show car dealers and car manufacturers, bring them the best products and solutions to sell more cars to people. End of story. So I have data products. I have all kinds of stuff that I partner with some Fortune 5 companies that are my business partners, that then I go and I take that solution and I solve a problem within the automotive industry. So I want you to think about today, what problem do you solve? Does your business or your service solve? Who can you partner with to solve that problem, to create massive influence, massive business, and bounce off of each other's expertise? Had lunch yesterday with a gal. She's an automotive expert. She's fantastic. How did I meet her? One of my clients called me and said, I do business with both of you. I like you both a lot. And she and I do different things. And I think the two of you need to meet. And I think together, I think you guys will own this automotive industry. We meet yesterday. We have a 2-hour lunch. And I'm like, oh my God, you can do that for my clients? And she's like, you can do that for my clients? And now all of a sudden we have twice the clients, twice the influence. And it all happened because the one big client of mine and hers said, I love working with both of you. And I'd love to see you two work together on some projects. Okay? Creating massive influence, creating partnerships, creating collaborations. If nothing else, I teach you on 15 Minutes of Fierce. And again, this whole show, the whole origin, the genesis of this show was just that I'm doing the work anyways. And so this is so funny. She literally just texted me, the girl I met yesterday. The whole purpose of this was so that I could teach you, show you, and help you do what I do. Not what I do, but why I do what I do and the things I'm doing that are creating massive success. And if you can take just one idea, just like I do from experts, and you can create massive success, then it's all worth it. It's all worth it. Okay? What are you going to do out there? So then the other thing, okay, so then automotive expert, I have sold, no joke, y'all. I'm at a party last night, 2 more Grand Cherokees. I'm the queen of the Grand Cherokee right now. I've sold 7 Grand Cherokees, and I did a G-Wagon yesterday. A G-Wagon here in Austin, Texas. A friend of mine called me. She got my email, or she saw a Facebook post, and she's like, I want a new G-Wagon. I just don't want to mess with the dealer. I'm like, well, the Mercedes dealer in town is my client. In fact, John Hamlin, who you guys saw on the show, John Hamlin and I will be at that dealer tomorrow, and we're launching a campaign for them. So I'm like, I'll call the Mercedes dealer. I called the general manager, who's my client, and I said, hey, I got a G-Wagon deal for you. She's like, oh, okay, that's awesome. 6 or 7 Grand Cherokees, hashtag Jeep is hot right now, hot, 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 and I've got a client that I just started doing business with that's a Jeep dealer. So guess what? So now I get to bring them car deals. Now I don't get paid for doing them. I don't, and I would not accept money. I mean, they offered yesterday. They're like, can we pay you for all these car deals you're bringing us? And I said, no, because I'm an authority. This is my brand. I want to help consumers buy cars. And number 2, you're my client. I want to bring you car deals because you're paying me over here, and I want to provide massive value to you. I want you to see that doing business with me is better than doing business with anyone else, because not only do you get my expertise and all of the products that I'm selling you, but you get my massive influence also. Bonus. Okay? What massive influence do you get to bring to your clients? Think about that. Then I'm getting all these questions, right? End of the year, how to buy a car. And I thought, well, what the heck? I'm just going to do a Facebook Live show. There's zero in it for me to do this Facebook Live show the day after Christmas. But that's the biggest shopping week of the year for my clients. So for my industry, are you a CPA, and could you do a Facebook Live on April 1st for all of us trying to file? What is it you can do to bring massive value? I'm not going to make one dime off of getting up the day after Christmas and doing this like live Facebook Live where people can ask me anything they want to ask me about buying a car. But it brings massive value to my industry, to my consumers, hopefully to the viewers of my new television show, to my clients that I do business with. I get to send them car deals, which makes me more valuable as a consultant, as a service provider, as a business partner, as a collaborator of theirs. So I just told you all of that to tell you, you know me when I get on a roll. That's why I do this show, to give you, ladies and gents, ideas on how to be more successful in your respective industries. A lot of you are in the car business, you're in the insurance business, you're in the real estate business, but what can you do to raise your profile as an industry expert? It will not always monetize. It will not. The little stuff I'm doing right now, like I said, the helping people buy cars, the Facebook show the day after Christmas, it is all for my brand, for my expertise, to help my clients sell more cars, to help my consumers make sure they don't get screwed at the end of the year on buying a car. It builds my brand, but does it monetize? Not directly green money in the bank. So I want you to think about that. What is your authority brand? How can you go out and own the space in your respective industry? How can you provide massive, massive value to both your clients? And when I say that, we all provide value when they pay us, or at least I hope we do, right? But how do you give your client a bonus? This Jeep dealer here in town, after I hand off 2 more Grand Cherokee deals, I mean, I'll have sold 7 cars for them, 7 in 30 days. Yeah, that's massive value any way you cut the mustard if you're a car dealer at the end of the year. And after my thing on the 26th, Cherokee's hot. Like I said, I did a G-Wagon for a client of mine. It's endless, right? That's how I provide massive value and bonus. And if they ever think about, well, you know what? Johnny just walked in with the same product that Lisa Copeland sells or whatever. They're going to go, but we don't get Lisa Copeland. We don't get her influence. We don't get her database. We don't get her driving car deals into us every single day that PS don't cost us a dime. They're just a bonus because we do business with her and because we are the good guys and gals here in town. Okay? How do you create that for your own respective business? There's not enough hours in the day that I can get into it with every industry right now, but that is my fierce idea for Thursday. Okay? Create massive value. Become the industry expert. Stay in your lane. Right? Build your brand authority. Create massive value for your clients. And the best way to do that is to drive customers to them above and beyond just your product or service. All right, I'm a respecter of time. I got to buzz out. Tomorrow on the show, we have got JT McCormick. You will not want to miss this one. He's a book publisher, but what a story he has got. I mean, wow. It's like a John Hamlin level story. And then you guys will have to watch tomorrow. I'm picking Hamlin up at 8 a.m. as he flies his jet in. I mean, what a great story that was, right? Did that not inspire all of you? You know, dropped out of school, drug addict, broke into churches, and now he's flying his jet in so that because he and I've got business deals here in town that we've got to go wrap up tomorrow. One of them we're launching, two of them we're wrapping up. Anything's possible. Anything is possible. But you've got to meet people. You have to collaborate with people. You've got to figure out what your lane is, stay in your lane. You've got to create massive, massive value for the people that do business with you. Make it where you are irreplaceable. I believe to my very soul that I am irreplaceable. Doing what I do, number one, because I have the best product. Doing what I do, number two, because I create because I influence people to do business with my manufacturers or with my car dealerships. It makes me irreplaceable. And then guess what? And a couple of you are on here right now that I do business with. But that means I don't have to be the cheapest. I don't have to be the cheapest. I send somebody 7 Grand Cherokees in 30 days. Do you think I'm really going to get into a price war with a competitor that sells the same thing that I do? Nope. It's not going to happen. They're not even going to let that guy or gal into the office because they know as long as we do business, I'm going to send car deals because of my influence in the industry and in my community about buying cars. Okay? Create that for yourself. There's so much more to say on that, but I was fired up about it today. Anyways, I've got to go get ready and go to the airport for my 9:30 meeting with my guys flying in from New York today. So, because we're going to crush it in 2019. And I want all of you to crush it in 2019. So what are you going to do to create massive influence? If you liked this show, you share it. Share it out because everybody needs to hear the massive influence message. All right, you guys, I will see you tomorrow with my Fierce Friday Spotlight on JT McCormick, book publisher extraordinaire. But forget about that. The backstory is ridiculous about his rise. And, oh, did I mention he's my next door neighbor? Okay, be fierce.